By the time This Is Why comes out, it will have been nearly 6 years since the release of After Laughter. And we as fans, of course, we're patient people, but the track list reveal, while we don't necessarily know the full names yet, only 10 songs, are you kidding me? I am starving over here! Hey neighbor, welcome back to Beyond ARTV. My name is John, and it's an exciting day, not only because it's the day before my main channel's 13th anniversary, which also means brand new Is by Paramore is turning 13 because I share an anniversary with that album. It's an exciting day because this is why the lead single from the album of the same name, LP6 by Paramore, is finally fucking here. We've all been collectively holding our breath as we anticipate this event. It comes after about 5.5 years since the release of After Laughter, a more synthetic, colorful album that also dealt with some pretty heavy topics like depression, and now, for the first time ever, they actually have the same lineup again at the start of a new era. Can we just give it up for Paramore? It's Taylor York, Hayley Williams, and Zac Farro. Following this band's journey has been a roller coaster ride, and I'm excited by this new track, although I guess I wasn't so much initially. Little feedback cycle to open. Okay, let's go. It's like Radiohead meets a bit of like post-punk energy almost. Is why I don't leave the house. Not gonna lie, this has been pretty underwhelming so far. Thankfully, this is one of those songs that I don't necessarily know if it shows you its best elements just on a first listen. It's something that definitely got better for me as I sat with it and then watched the music video, which I think is pretty fantastic. In fact, it was directed by Brendan Yates from Turnstile, which is fucking awesome. Hammering home these isolated lyrics about not going out and why they've stayed home, the opinions that are flying around constantly, and how it can put your head in a very tumultuous, scary place when you're faced with the opinions of strangers constantly. In fact, it kind of reminds me and plays out like a sequel to Playing God, which was on Brand New Eyes. I caught onto that almost immediately. If you got an opinion, you can shove it. And I really love how Hayley Williams just goes for the throat there. It's a song that definitely has so much persistence, and that riff and the catchiness. There's a lot of bounce and shine to the drums as well, but it's not too cleaned up, not too polished. In fact, it definitely feels like a step towards a more guitar-driven direction like they promised. Hype is a big thing in the music industry, and I have to wonder why the album is coming out 5 months after the single This Isn't Unleashing fully until February 10th, 2023. I mean, I'm a patient person, but here we are waiting yet again. But it's only 10 tracks. I'm gonna have to hopefully chalk it up to vinyl production delays. In the grand scheme of things, I know that this obviously isn't that important. It's just more of a minute detail until it finally gets here. So I'll probably reserve another single for myself and then just wait for the album. They're about to start their tour. I'm excited to see what the performances are gonna bring. Carlos de la Garza worked with Hayley Williams on both of her solo projects, and it's nice to see him back in the mix as a producer here. It really did feel like a family thing when Hayley went out and made those records. In fact, Zac and Taylor were very supportive, directing videos, playing on the record, working on production. And it's nice to see Carlos invited again because I think he does a great job with the records that he's worked on. He's worked with Interpol in the past, and it's funny because I do get a bit of a clicking post-punky vibe from This Is Why. Taylor's riff is so infectious. I love that it just kind of pumps up and builds, so by the time that we get past the bridge to the final chorus, it just is really slamming and you're air guitaring along with every single note. This is Paramore we're talking about, so how are the vocals sounding? And why would I expect anything less than great? I think Hayley does a great job. I think the verses are obviously a little bit more reserved, but there's a lot of poise that maybe I didn't pick up on initially because it does go in a few different directions. Her pipes are so powerful, and once we get to the bridge of the track, I started getting chills within a few listens because you can tell how well they set up all of their blocks. The road continued building, they paved the road for success, and then Hayley's belting out some of those lines, a lot of great notes, and I'm falling like a can cannonball she unleashes at the end of that bridge before soaring back into the hook. It's a really smooth transition. I love the vocal flutter there. It reminds me a lot of Brand New Eyes, and that's one of my favorite albums, if not my favorite album vocally. It feels appropriate for fall, kind of like Decode. Bop your head, go on a walk, see nature, get out there and say, you know what, sometimes I just need to get rid of all of this extra clutter and noise. And I really respect all of these members because it seems like they've never let fame or just the pressures of social media, in fact, they tend to stay away from that. They've never let that get inside their head. And This Is Why comes out as another stellar cut that didn't necessarily grab me right away, but it definitely gets my stamp of approval. How are you guys feeling? Are we excited by the new era? Did the song hit you in a major way? You're not really feeling it all that much? Take to the comments, let me know. Please hit the like button while you're at it. And I'm gonna go try and buy this vinyl again because my pre-order would not go through, but it is what it is. Thanks for watching, have a great day, and I'll see you soon.